Hello and welcome back to FM Wonderkids. My name is Rhys and today we're looking at 10 of the best young goal scorers in Football Manager 2022. Now for this one we've simmed the game for 10 years and we're not going to actually look at the players that have scored the most goals. So a quick shout out to Tammy Abraham, who's not made the list, who's got really good stats here, scoring 260 goals. Moussa Dembele, again with amazing stats, scoring 219 goals. And Dusan Vlahovic at 31 years old, again amazing stats and scoring a bag full of goals. What we've done instead is actually made a short list of 10 players judging by this filter here, which for me would comprehensively cover off goal scorers. So you got finishing 15 at least, composure 15 at least, off the ball 14, anticipation 14, and heading 14, right? Heading is going to get you a lot of goals if you're good at it. Anticipation is like the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer stat. I always think of it being in the right place at the right time. Off the ball, obviously similar to anticipation, it's about like movement off the ball, right? Where you're going to be, are you going to be in the right place at the right time? Composure, obviously, when you're in those one-on-one situations, can you keep your head? That is crucial for goal scorers. And finishing, obviously, goes without saying, is the most important stat. Now, obviously, different saves are different, and some players can have different attributes in different saves, blah, blah, blah. But given the fact that we're searching for multiple attributes, I think that could probably cover off some of the variables that we may see from save to save. So first up, I wanted to talk about Marcos, right? Not someone who I think we spoke about much on the channel before, but you can see in terms of stats here, it's no wonder that he comes on this list. Finishing and first touch, both of 17. Heading of 16. Off the ball of 16. Anticipation of 18. He's got acceleration, agility, and pace, all in the greens. And looking at his history, you can see he starts off the game around about here in Sporting, Real Sporting, getting some games and scoring some goals. And then his career doesn't really take off, having a loan spell at Arsenal, for example. A loan spell from Arsenal to AC Milan. He didn't play for Arsenal at all in the 2025 season. And then acting as a backup striker by the looks of things in Bayern Munich. A scout tells me that he's a fairly selfish player, which is actually a great attribute to have for a striker. And it's no wonder that he is rated an A+ star for my signing for my Brentford team here in 2031. Okay, so next up we've got Dane Scarlett, someone who we have spoken about on the channel before. And in this particular save, we can see attributes of dribbling 15, finishing 15, penalty taking 16, which could be important when getting goals, obviously, off the ball, composure, acceleration, agility, and pace, all in the greens. He's 6 foot tall and he's playing for Leeds United here in this save, and he has had a good stint with them, playing 30 games a season. Before that, at Tottenham, he wasn't getting much game time at all, and he's only scored 82 career goals. In terms of scout reports, he doesn't enjoy big matches, which would be a worry, but his agility allows him to get out of tight situations on the pitch, apparently, and being 6 foot tall, there's no wonder that he also comes in as an A+ star rated signing for my Brentford side. Next up, Sikumara. I don't think we have seen this guy on the channel at all before. He's a French striker, 29 years old here in 2031, finishing 15, first touch 14, heading 15, technique 16. He's 6 foot tall. He's got off the ball concentration, acceleration, agility, and pace, all 15 or above. He's a perfectionist. He's an elite striker. Started off his career, obviously, in France. Went to Benfica, where he fell out of favour after one season by the look of it, unless it was an injury. Then moved to Chelsea for big money, where he played kind of half of the games there. Looks like he was heavily rotated towards the end of his career at the English club, and then moved to Roma. He's actually done really well here in the 2030 season. 13 goals in 38 appearances. In at number 7, we got Leighton Stewart, one of my favourite players in the whole game this year. His stats in this particular save are insane. 17 finishing, 19 composure, 18 acceleration, off the ball 16. I mean, it's just a shame that he hasn't matched his attributes with his performances on the pitch in this iteration of Football Manager. He started getting game times in 2028, 29, 2030, like almost 30 games a season. And he's hit double figures in 2029 for goals. But overall, just 45 goals, 2 assists, 1 player of the matches, and 6.92 of average rating. Doesn't really do it for me, but his stats are so good. Maybe if you played him a little bit more, he could absolutely boss it, right? Fairly consistent performer, and obviously possesses great pace, and has great composure. Let me know if Leighton Stewart's any good in your save, because I've had some reports that he's not very good in other people's saves, etc. So it'd be interesting to know. And at number 6 is Satriano, another one of those Uruguayan wonder kid kind of strikers. Finishing, composure, so good. Balance, jumping reach, pace, stamina. He's got it all. 6'2", and obviously heading of 15 as well makes him I would say explosive striker, but his media description is experienced striker. Looking into his history, it's quite exciting. Like, he's got 20 goals here for Inter Milan in 2024 with 6 assists and 2 player of the matches. Double figures again in 2029. Not really getting huge amounts of games, like 20 plus, but a few seasons where it's like 13, 17, 11 and 11. 81 goals in all in this iteration of Football Manager with an average rating of 7.7. That's decent. 15 assists as well. My scout report tells me that he's a fairly consistent performer, is great in the air obviously as well. He's a very, very good player. I think he's going to score you a lot of goals if you choose to sign him in Football Manager. Leonardo comes in at number 5. Again, finishing, composure, acceleration, pace, heading. Only 14 for heading this time, but come on, he's 5'7". Like, give the guy a break. He can play right midfield, he can play left midfield, he can play striker. Crucially in this save, his off the ball is through the roof, right? 17. History-wise, he's had a lot of games for Juventus over the seasons and scored 146 goals, right? That is a lot of goals. 7.23 average rating. And my assistant tells me he enjoys big matches and is a fairly consistent performer, right? These things all add up to a guy who's going to score a lot of goals. We saw it in the history, right? 146 goals. He's going to absolutely explode for you, I'm sure. Do let me know if you signed him. In at number 4 is Chirmetti, someone who we spoke about quite a lot on the channel already, coming into, what is it now, August. Finishing, first touch, dribbling. He's got heading of 14, off the ball 15, composure 16, acceleration, pace. He's almost got everything you would want, right? 6'2". History-wise, he scored 99 goals with average rating of 6.99 over the years. But look at this, consistently hitting double figures, right? Every single year apart from 2028. He plays for Brighton. Reports-wise, a fairly consistent performer again, handles himself in a fairly professional manner, obviously, but I'd be a bit concerned about does not enjoy big matches, but he's playing for Brighton. When are they ever going to be playing a big match? In at number 3, Benjamin Sesko. What a player this guy is, right? Might have a problem with injuries in some saves, but reports suggest that that doesn't really hinder him too much, right? Such good pace and strength and finishing and composure and heading and off the ball, etc. Here he plays for Tottenham and has done for a while. He scored 173 goals in his Football Manager history with an average rating of 7.13. He's a fairly consistent performer and is an absolute beast. Like, you can see here though, in his hidden attributes, fairly susceptible to injury. So this is what I'm talking about in the tests that we've done here on this channel. This comes up quite often with Sesko, but don't let it put you off because he's so good anyway. He's going to score you goals, right? Does not enjoy big matches though. This is something to monitor, right? If you're looking at spending potentially big bucks on a striker in your save and he's got these two things, potentially looking elsewhere could be beneficial. In at number 2, controversially, is Erling Haaland. What can we say about this guy other than he's like one of the best players in the game? We've got him in the top 2. We'll see why in a second. Finishing, first touch, free kick taken, heading of 14 again, off the ball 18. Look at that determination here, 20. This guy's obviously like one of, if not the best player in the game. 448 appearances, 336 goals, 88 assists here, average rating of 7.8. That's absolutely massive. Reports suggest that he relishes big matches and is a consistent performer. Obviously, if you can get Erling Haaland in the game, you do it, right? There's no questions asked. But he comes in at number 2. The reason Lorenzo Lucca comes in at number 1 is because he's more achievable, right, to buy than Erling Haaland is. Miles more, and you can get him for, right, I think it's under like 10 million quid at the start of the game, if my memory serves me correctly. And he turns out to be in the same kind of ballpark as Haaland, almost. Finishing, first touch, heading 18, right? That is key. 6'7", jumping reach 19, agility 19, composure 17, determination 17. And don't forget, different players can be different over different saves, etc., right? But generally, they're going to be in the same ballpark in terms of attributes. 7.36 average rating over the years, 176 goals, right? And you'll get more if you play him week in, week out, I'm sure. Enjoys big matches, fairly consistent performer, spirited individual. Guys, Lorenzo Lucca, for us, is the most explosive asset in the game. Thank you so much for watching. Do hit like if you've enjoyed it. Hit subscribe if you're new. The eagle-eyed viewers will have noticed that the subscriber count at the top corner changed halfway through the video because I lost half of the video and had to finish it like a week later. So you'll see that like our subscriber numbers are jumping up really fast at the moment. So I just have to thank you if you are already subscribed. And if you're not, please help us hit that 5K. It's the road to 5K. Come on, baby. Let's go.